and welcome. You're watching news updates on AfricaNet TV. I'm Deborah Eze. We begin from Sudan, where Sudan reinstated Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok said on Monday that he will have the authority to form an independent government. His comment took place one day after signing a deal with the military that almost 1 month earlier staged a coup and placed him under house arrest. Hamdok, who was re-elected as Prime Minister with the Sovereignty Council in Sudan, signed a political agreement on Sunday in order to end the management crisis that followed the military intervention on October 25th. And now we move to East Africa, where the authorities in Kenya have announced that from the 24th of December, everyone who is not vaccinated will be barred from using public transport and accessing government buildings. The announcement was made by Health Minister Mutahi Kagwe. Vaccination rates in Kenya are currently less than 10% of the population, and official data suggests that the country has administered 6.4 million jabs out of 10.7 million doses it has received. And now we head to Ethiopia, where hundreds of protesters rallied outside the White House in Washington, D.C. to voice their support for the Ethiopian government and denounce the U.S. government's foreign policy there, seen as sympathetic to rebels fighting Addis Ababa. They held placards expressing support for Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and also slammed U.S. sanctions on the country and its neighbor Eritrea, which they said were meant to force Abiy to give in to his aggressors. And now we head to Nigeria, where the President Muhammadu Buhari on Monday approved February 2022 for All Progressives Congress National Convention. However, there was no specific date when the convention would hold next February, meaning that nothing was cast in stone. The states facing crisis are Rivers, Ekiti, Ogun, Oyo, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Delta, Osun, Kano, Abia, Zamfara, and Kwara, where factions are battling for supremacy. And more updates from Nigeria. Borno State has returned over 1,900 internally displaced persons to 4 council headquarters with stipends and starter packs. The IDPs, who were drawn from Bakassi camp and now are from Guzwa, Guzamala, Mate, and Monguno Council of the state. The Commissioner for Reconstruction, Rehabilitation and Resettlement, Alhaji Mustafa Gubio, made the disclosure yesterday. According to him, the IDPs had to stay for a while at the council headquarters before building houses for them alongside schools, health and water supply facilities based on their most pressing basic needs. And still in Nigeria, the National Health Insurance Scheme and Roche Product Nigeria Limited have concluded plans to partner on a cancer care reimbursement initiative. Consequently, the parties signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at improving patients' access to innovative cancer medicines. The arrangement allows both to partner on an innovative cost-sharing mechanism to ensure the affordability of drugs for patients at treatment centers. And now we head to the foreign scene, where at least 45 people, including 12 children, died as a bus carrying mostly North Macedonia tourists crashed in flames on a highway in western Bulgaria on Tuesday, officials said. 7 people who left from the burning bus were rushed to hospital in Sofia and were in stable conditions. Bulgaria Interior Ministry said 45 people died, 1 less than the toll given earlier. The cause of the accident was unclear, but the bus appeared to have hit a highway barrier either before or after it caught fire. And moving on, a shadow government in Myanmar said it has raised $6.3 million on the opening day of its inaugural bond sale, in its biggest move yet to generate funds for its revolution to topple the ruling military junta. Myanmar has been in a bloody turmoil since the military February 4th coup, and movements that have sprung up to challenge the junta have been mainly supported by public donations. And on the sports scene, LeBron James has been suspended for 1 game following his bloody clash with Detroit Pistons player Isaiah Stewart, the NBA said Monday. Los Angeles Lakers star James was ejected for only the 2nd time in his career after widely lashing out at Stewart during Sunday's victory over Pistons. And moving on, Robert Lewandowski is in the running to retain his Best FIFA Men's Player Award after he was named Monday on an 11-man shortlist alongside Karim Benzema and Jorginho. Perennial candidates Leo Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo feature among the nominees, with Neymar, Mohamed Salah and Kylian Mbappe also up for a prize first awarded in 2017. And last but not the least, as countries begin the countdown to the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, Next year, the Commonwealth Sports Foundation, in conjunction with Commonwealth Games Nigeria and School Sports Federation, will tomorrow hold a quiz competition for secondary schools in Surulere, Lagos. According to the Nigeria Olympic Committee, the program is aimed at educating the students on the history of the Commonwealth Games, promoting social interaction among students, providing opportunities for them to meet new friends, and encouraging healthy competitions. And that's all we can take a news update today. Do ensure to follow all our social media platforms to stay connected and updated to our news and programs. Once again, I'm Deborah Eze. Thanks for watching.